Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Autocar India Quick News. Before we buckle up and get going, please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and make sure the bell icon is active so you will be notified of all our uploads. This week's news begins with the launch of the hugely anticipated Toyota Innova Hycross. The Innova Hycross was unveiled last month and since then the MPV has had buyers queuing up. The new buff SUV-like appearance, more spacious interiors and addition in tech and safety equipments found great favor among reviewers and everyone gave it a thumbs up. Bookings for the Innova Hycross are already underway for a token amount of 50,000 rupees and it's been flying off shelves. Dealers suggest waiting periods for the Hycross may go up to 6 months. Now, Toyota has officially announced the prices for the Innova Hycross. The ex-showroom prices for the MPV starts from 18.3 lakh rupees for the base G 7-seater variant and goes up to 28.97 lakh rupees for the top-end strong hybrid ZXO variant. As you can see on the screen, the Hycross is offered in 5 variants: G, GX, VX, ZX and ZXO. The top-end variants feature paddle shifters, ventilated front seats, memory functions for the driver's seat, ambient lighting, power tailgate and also a panoramic sunroof, which is a first for an Innova. Unlike the previous iterations, the Innova Hycross uses a monocoque chassis and is based on Toyota's TNGA-C platform. The Hycross does not get a diesel option, only petrol and strong hybrid powertrain options are on offer. The strong hybrid powertrain is a 2-liter 4-cylinder unit that produces a combined output of 184 horsepower and comes mated to an e-drive transmission. The non-hybrid version's 1987cc engine makes 172 horsepower and 205 Nm of torque and is paired to a CVT gearbox. Both configurations of the Innova Hycross are front-wheel drive only and do not get a manual transmission option. The new Innova Hycross debuts Toyota's ADAS tech called Toyota Safety Sense, with features like lane keep assist, blind spot monitor, adaptive cruise control, rear cross-traffic alert, and a pre-collision system. Other safety features include 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, traction control, and ESP as standard. Also worth noting is that only the base G and GX trims can be had with a non-hybrid powertrain. The higher VX, ZX, and ZXO trims are only available as strong hybrids. The Innova Crista will continue to be sold alongside the new Hycross. Toyota is offering a warranty of 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers, which can be extended to 5 years or 2.2 lakh kilometers. Toyota is offering a warranty of 8 years or 1.6 lakh kilometers on the hybrid powertrain. The Mahindra Scorpio N was one of the biggest launches for Mahindra this year. In order to cater to buyers looking for a more affordable versions of the Scorpio N, Mahindra has introduced 5 new variants that packs in new features. With the addition of these new variants, the Scorpio N now comes in a total of 30 variants. As seen on the screen, prices for these new variants range between 12.49 lakh rupees to 16.94 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The new Z2 variants of the Scorpio N now get electronic stability control or ESC and hill hold assist, which were earlier available only from the Z4 automatic trims and above. Now, these features are available with the 6-speed manual gearbox trims for the Z4 as well. Everything else remains unchanged in the new trims of the Z2 and the Z4. There are no changes to the powertrain of the Scorpio N either, as it continues to get a 203 horsepower 2-liter turbo petrol engine and a 175 horsepower 2.2-liter turbo diesel engine mated to either a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic gearbox. While the Scorpio N comes with rear-wheel drive as standard, the diesel variant can be optioned with 4-wheel drive. Staying with Mahindra, last week we had reported that Mahindra is gearing up to launch a 2-wheel drive Thar, and now we have some pictures of the new Thar. From the interior images, we can see that the 2-wheel drive Thar loses out on the 4x4 selector available on the higher versions. In its place, Mahindra is given a cubbyhole. The Thar 2-wheel drive also gets an auto start-stop function, which can be accessed from the control panel between the steering wheel and the driver's door. On the exterior, Mahindra has also removed the 4x4 badging from the rear fenders. Everything else in the 2-wheel drive Thar is the same as on the 4-wheel drive Thar. The Mahindra Thar 2-wheel drive will be available with 2 engine options. One will be a 1.5-liter diesel engine, same as in the Marazzo, and will produce 118.5 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque. This engine is paired to a rear-wheel drive system on the Thar. The other engine option will be the existing 2-liter turbo petrol engine that develops 152 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque. These can be mated to either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic gearbox. This new engine will help Thar qualify for a lower tax bracket, allowing Mahindra to most likely price it around 10 to 11 lakh rupees. The 2-wheel drive Thar will be aimed at buyers looking for an SUV for city use. Over the past few weeks, we've been getting reports of cars that will be making their appearance at the Auto Expo 2023. For those of you who have been wondering about Tata's presence, we've got some news for you. For a start, Tata's electric concept cars, the Curvv E and Avinia, which was showcased earlier this year, will also be marking their attendance at the Auto Expo 2023. But one of the main events for Tata would be the unveiling of the Punch EV, which will most likely be showcased in a near production guise. The Punch EV, unlike most of Tata's existing electric vehicles that are direct ICE to EV conversions, will be built on a Sigma architecture, which is essentially a heavily modified Alpha platform which currently underpins the ICE Punch and the Altroz hatchback. The Sigma architecture is a re-engineered platform that has been optimized for electrification, with changes like the removal of the transmission tunnel and a modified fuel tank space to create a flat floor for a large battery pack. This means that the Sigma-based models are likely to be lighter, more energy efficient, and also more spacious than an ICE car converted to an EV. Although details like the powertrain and prices are still unknown, the Punch EV is likely to use a permanent magnet synchronous motor similar to Tata's existing EVs. Tata Motors could be offering multiple battery pack options to position the vehicle across a wide price range. The Punch EV could also get cosmetic updates like revised bumpers, colored accents, and new wheels to set it apart from its ICE counterpart. The interior could also get similar highlights along with an update to the equipment list. Starting prices for the Punch EV will likely be 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees more than the top-end Punch AMT. The all-electric version of the Punch will enter production around June of 2023, followed by a market launch around the festive seasons next year. In more news about the Auto Expo, Kia has confirmed that they will be showcasing the EV9 electric concept SUV. Kia had first showcased the EV9 electric concept at the 2021 Los Angeles Motor Show and is only expected to hit production globally by the end of 2023. The dimensions for the Kia EV9 measures 4,929mm in length, 2,055mm in width, and 1,790mm in height, making it nearly as large as a Range Rover. It has a wheelbase of 3,100mm, which is also the largest that can be achieved on the Electric Global Modular Platform or EGMP that underpins the Kia EV6, which is currently sold in India. As far as design is concerned, the EV9 concept will have quite a few show car attributes. The face features a new interpretation of the signature Tiger Nose grille with blanked out panel, sporting individual LED light modules and a Z-shaped headlamp cluster. It has a boxy and upright stance with crisp lines, flat surfaces, and a large glass house with a sharp kink post the C-pillar. The rear features quirky vertical LED tail lamps and a pronounced bumper. However, the rear hinge doors, lack of a B-pillar headlamp cluster, and flared wheel arches will likely be toned down for the production model. On the inside, the EV9 concept will have a rather minimalistic dashboard with a twin-screen infotainment layout, spokeless flat-bottom steering wheel, and zero physical controls. Decked up with funky ambient lighting all around, the concept will feature a 3-row layout where the second row seats can be folded completely flat and the first row seats can swivel around to create a lounge-type space. However, these two will most likely be toned down for the production model. It will come with autonomous driving features, over-the-air software update compatibility, and feature on demand or FOD, where owners can buy just the specific function they want. The EV9 concept will likely be previewed with a 77.4 kWh battery pack, which is also the larger of the two battery packs available with the smaller EV6. Although the official range and output figures are yet to be revealed, more details can be expected closer to the debut of the production spec model. The eGMP platform also has an 800-watt electrical architecture, enabling rapid charge rates of up to 350 kilowatts. A fast charge of the battery from 10% to 80% takes around 20 minutes. The EV9 is expected to be launched with a dual-motor 4-wheel drive range stopper as well as an entry-level variant fitted with a single motor powering the rear axle. The electric SUV will be positioned as Kia's flagship model in its EV range and will also spawn a cousin in the Hyundai 7 concept. As we bid goodbye to 2022, there are a bunch of new cars to look forward to. Head over to the news section of our website and you can find a number of lists on upcoming cars for the year of 2023. Now, let's get back to the news of bikes that are likely to be showcased at the Auto Expo of 2023. Making its India debut, Italian manufacturer Moto Bologna Passion will showcase its M502N naked bike. MBP is an Italian origin brand which is currently under Chinese ownership and comes to India under the umbrella of AARI. The M502N is powered by a liquid-cooled 486cc parallel twin engine making 51 horsepower at 8,500 rpm and 45 Nm at 6,750 rpm. That's paired to a 6-speed unit. Suspension is courtesy of KYB with a preload adjustable fork and monoshock. Braking hardware is supplied by J. Juan with twin discs at the front and a single disc at the rear, which comes mated to a dual-channel ABS. The M502N comes with Pirelli Angel GT tires, 120/60 ZR17 at the front and 160/60 ZR17 for the rear with cast alloy rims. Seat height stands at 790mm and unladen, the M502N weighs 198 kilos. Along with the MVP M502N, also watch out for Keeway, which is said to be launching the SR250 Neo Retro bike in India at the Auto Expo. The SR250 will be its 8th product in the Indian market. Keeway already sells the SR125 Neo Retro bike in India, and in all likelihood, this will be a similarly styled bike with a larger displacement engine. In non-Auto Expo news, the second edition of the TVS MotoSoul Festival will be held on March 3rd and 4th at the Hilltop, Vagator, Goa. The two-day biker festival promises to be a bigger, grander event than TVS MotoSoul 2019. Attendees can participate in a variety of activities and will be treated to performances from top Indian and international artists. Some of the activities taking place at the TVS MotoSoul 2023 include an obstacle race, a dirt race, motocross fit, as well as a special show by stunt riders from the Petronas TVS racing team. For those seeking knowledge and inspiration from the who's who's of the biking world, TVS has organized tech talks by various motor personalities. On the other hand, there's a section dedicated towards arts and culture that will feature live canvas painting and also allow attendees to click a 360-degree photo with a bike. Lastly, TVS say it'll launch a new bike and showcase its model range, including its race machines. Those who would like to attend the TVS MotoSoul 2023 can register online by paying 1,700 rupees. The price of the ticket includes entry for both days and exclusive brand merchandise. The entry fee also gets you access to all events. TVS will also be offering the Apache and Ronin on rent for those who want to take part in the racing events. That concludes this week's news. Thank you for watching and see you all next week. Wishing everyone a very happy new year.